Yeah, brother, I think his propaganda is on steroids this morning.
Oh, why?
He asked a simple question of what a proposal his leader made in Parliament, and then he's drifted off to talking about all of these things. But if assuming that this special security regime is provided, he'll be the first person to enjoy it in Parliament. If this hospital the minority leader is talking about, if it's built, he will be the first person to enjoy. If we're in a line and I'm in front of him, you can say, I'm an MP, they'll push me aside and he will go through. I think that what minority leader is saying, as minority leader is saying, you look at it and maybe in the circumstances you say that it's not a priority. But health is a priority all the time. Security is a priority all the time. Now, if you're saying that perhaps we shouldn't build one specially for Parliament, you can have that argument. But security is a priority. But even the hospital situation, if it's built today, it's not as if only MPs will go there. That's not the point he's making. But somehow we have to build hospitals. We need more hospitals than we have. And that's the reason why I am saddened that in the budget they have defunded or have not provided funding option for the Agenda 111 hospitals. My brother was making very good points about hospitals that were built in their regime and claiming it, mostly, like Bank of Ghana Hospital and the rest, even the UGMC. It's not as if that government itself built it, you understand? But it was built in their regime, so we can take credit about it. But 111 hospitals that have been built, they're not going to continue it, okay? That's a problem. Where I sit, I've taken very keen interest in health and access to health in our country because of my recent, escape with this accident and all. I'm doing some work in the background, but when it comes to health, it is something that we must insist that we provide the best. And I agree with him largely about, advancing and ensuring that we are self-sufficient medically. Health-wise, we're self-sufficient as a country, that our reflex is not to take people out of this country, that you stay here, we have the capacity, the equipment, the men, the women, to be able to keep our people healthy. So that one I agree with him, but to then, take the minority leader's proposal to the point as though that he is completely out of touch. No, I don't think that's what he's saying. He's making a point which is germane, that you and I can agree that we need health infrastructure to be advanced. It's something that he himself has acknowledged, given events in Parliament, that anything can happen to anybody anytime. And if you have a hospital, I don't know where that hospital will be built, if on the precinct of Parliament, or there will be a different place that this will be cited. But somehow there's some priority hospital that is built that MPs will have at least some scaled up priority. When they go there, they can be attended to. I think that's not bad, but it would only add to the health infrastructure of our country. You can argue that perhaps this is not a time for it, but the health is always a priority. Okay. The day when I had my accident was a fine day. I went to my constituency, came back, was carrying on with life as if tomorrow morning I'll see you tomorrow, right? Like we have a date last night, I'm coming here, and then in between time, that happened. If I had passed, that's it. You understand? So you cannot, not prioritize health. Questions can be asked, maybe this is the time, maybe why do we say for MPs or whatever, but the idea of advancing our health infrastructure is a germane one, and I think that we should support any effort in that direction. Maybe take the name from there, it's not MP, it's just hospital we want to build. Let's build them. The Agenda 111 that they are not building, I'm worried about that. Seriously worried about that. They can build UGMC, they can build Bank of Ghana, they can build whatever, Ridge Hospital and all of that. But if you go to villages, you go down into the country, people are suffering for that. And so Agenda 111 was going to close a significant gap. Okay, why they won't continue it, I don't understand. They can't continue to tell us UGMC was built, Ridge was built, phase 2 is coming, phase 3. I want the one in the district also to be built. But they're not building that. That's the real country. That's real country. How many people
but
from my hometown? Hold on, I'm coming. How many people from my hometown, when they are sick, they'll come to UGMC? You understand? But they want a district hospital in Ahiagbah, which they can go to. Okay, they want a district hospital functional in my brother's constituency in Garu. Is that correct? They want hospitals there. Understand? So that's also equally fundamental that we do that. So maybe the minority leaders, suggestion is open us up to a conversation that will focus on health infrastructure again and call on this government to fund the Agenda 111 infrastructure that's been laid. The foundation has been laid. All they have to do is to build on it. And I think the president, they were making suggestions that they need about 1.7, 1.5 billion to be able to complete them. By all means, complete it. Because really what it is that we can do everything else in this country if our health system is not up to the standard where our people, when they are sick, they can get reprieve or get the necessary treatment. We are doing ourselves a great disservice. And I can tell you, a lot of people perish. A lot of people die from things they're not supposed to die from. And this is things that I've observed, I've heard, I've seen. Like, it's needless. We're losing so many people, just because there are some inefficiencies or some defect or some lack of attention in our health space. And so the conversation, I think, the minority leader has brought is to focus us on how we can pay attention to that. I would like a situation where we come here every day and talk about health. Because without health, you don't have anything. Health is wealth. If you have health, you are about miles the way to achieving your potential. Because every day we get up, the only reason we are able to hope, the only reason why we are able to dream, the only reason why, Moro, this your phone is important to you, the only reason why your best car is important to you is because you have health. I've seen it firsthand, where everything else doesn't matter. What matters to you is whether or not they have found that new prescription that has been written. Whether or not that drip that they are looking for, whether they found it. You understand? It's that critical. Everything else becomes meaningless to you if you don't have health. So that's a conversation we must have every day. So I expect people to take away the politics of what the minority leader says and look at the substance of what he's proposing. I don't think that he's saying that build an exclusive hospital for us, 276 of us, so that we alone go. No, that's not what he's saying. I think that it should lead us to having a broader conversation about our health infrastructure and use that as an occasion to call on His Excellency the President, John Dramani Mahama.
The minority leader was emphatic.
Fund. I'm saying that.
He says build a hospital for us.
I'm saying that it's a segue to a bigger conversation about health infrastructure. Okay? If the President has decided not to fund Agenda 111, what he has said is a basis for us to drift into that conversation. My brother can choose to say, Afenyo said we should bill for 276 MPs, and that's egregious. You can do that. But I'm interested in saying that provides me a platform to talk about why the President will not fund the 111, in fact, 114 hospitals that have been put down on the ground to be built. I don't get it. They must build it. They must build that hospital. You and I must make that advocacy for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to build it. Otherwise, anything else is doing is meaningless, right? If people don't have health and you are building all of this, by the way, the foundation has been laid. Build on it. And that, for me, is the essence of what he has said. You can choose to spin it, to say that he wants for 270, which is not realistic. 276 only, no, it's not realistic. I'm not sure. The clinic there, people have gone there who are not MPs, right? So if that is the issue, you can never build a hospital for 276 people. Impossible. At least factor in the staff, okay? Factor in them. They are not MPs. They will go. Their families will go. So it's about health. It's not about parliament. But him making a statement,
but if Afenyo-Markins wanted to talk about the Agenda 111, he would have talked about it.
I'm saying that
Unless, of course, you want to stretch the conversation beyond what Afenyo has said.
But when you ask
And
a
to
simple
bring-
question, you see, my brother is talking about UGMC. He didn't ask UGMC the matter.
Don't
He
get
didn't ask
me
Bank
wrong.
of Ghana.
Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that in your case,
Yeah.
you're saying that Afenyo-Markins was only providing a basis for us to have a conversation about putting up more hospitals. And here we're talking about Agenda 111. And I'm saying that if Afenyo-Markins wanted to talk about that, he would have said that instead of saying that, look, when I look at our situation as MPs, we need a hospital that prioritizes the health of MPs. So that's the challenge.
No, but we are saying essentially the same tomorrow.
Well,
what
okay,
I'm saying,
that's
I've
fine.
heard some people say what he has said is egregious and
no,
whatnot.
it is because you said it is because you said what you think.
Yeah.
Afenyo-Markins intends to talk about broadly speaking.
No, I didn't say that. I'm saying that what he has said provides a basis
Okay.
for us to talk about Agenda 111
Okay, that's
and
fair.
general health
That's fair.
infrastructure.
That's fair.
Because what
That's
he
fair.
is talking about, in essence, is not for me as an MP exclusively,
Okay.
but he's talking about health. Because if an MP is healthy, is it a bad thing? If my MPs and Parliament have access to premium care, is it a bad thing? No.
All right.
And the point also is that when you build such a premium hospital, the Bank of Ghana Hospital, the name is on it, Bank of Ghana Hospital. You know who go there?
Okay.
It's not Bank of Ghana employees.
Okay.
It's everybody. So you can
Okay.
put on it and say MPs Hospital.
Right.
But no, it's not only MPs that would go there. Everybody would go there. That's the point. You understand? So the point I'm trying to make is not to localize the matter and say, oh, Honorable Afenyo-Markins has said this, so it's egregious. No.
Okay.
He's brought up a conversation that this country should be having.
All right.
Which is we must build a health infrastructure to a point where it is good, to a point where it is useful and it is able to take care of all of us.
Okay.
Whether you call it the MP's hospital or you call it Moro's hospital or Metro TV hospital, it is open. People can come.
The country needs
because
more
nobody will be
hospital.
precluded from going there if you have to go there.
Okay.
That's, you understand?
I get
So
you.
please, let's not make it about Afenyo-Markins.
Okay.
Let's make it about health infrastructure that
All right.
needs building.
Okay, that's fine.